Hey, how's it going? Hope you're having a good day today. I'm here today to talk to you about how to find the best side of your face. As a headshot photographer, one of my jobs is to help people look good on camera. And if you don't know which side of your face is your better side, well, that can be a little bit challenging, especially if one of your angles has a crooked nose or your face looks heavier from one side. There's a lot of little details that go into finding your best side of your face. So here's the 3 top things to look for in order to find your best side. And you should definitely do this in front of a mirror, but write these down. 1 is eyes, 1 is nose, and 1 is cheeks, okay? You're going to be looking at your eyes, your nose, and your cheeks. So let's talk first about your eyes. As you can probably see, I'll stand very still for a second so you can look at my eyes. One eye is a little bit bigger than the other one, okay? So just look at this. And this eye, if I'm not mistaken, I don't have a mirror in front of me, but I believe that this eye is the slightly bigger one. Okay, so if I turn my face this way, we're putting the bigger eye closer to the camera, okay? Versus if I put my face this way, we're putting the smaller eye closer to the camera, which makes the bigger eye more noticeably bigger. That's your first clue, okay? You almost always want the bigger eye closer to the camera. The second thing to look for is your nose, okay? So your nose might be crooked from one angle or the other angle. So if I turn this way, generally speaking, my nose is a little bit smoother than if I turn this way. Okay, see that bump there on my nose? All right, so that means that because I notice this crooked thing that kind of sticks out or draws attention to itself, I want to position my face towards this side, okay? Now the last thing is the shape of your face or the heaviness. For me, my face is fairly narrow. If I turn this way, it looks somewhat similar to if I turn this way. On some people, when you turn, you might notice that on one side of your face it comes out wider than if you turn the other way. Okay, you see how this wideness that's there won't be noticeable because it's pointing towards the camera and it doesn't kind of stick out like that. Okay, so that's the third thing that you want to look for. Now, I believe, for me, that this side creates a little bit more roundness on my face, and this side of my face is much more angular. Now, in general, my face is fairly thin, so I kind of like the little bit of roundness on this side because it softens my face just a little bit. But if I wanted to have my face look more thin and I turned it this way, the problem with this side is that my nose is crooked and my eye is bigger. So those two things kind of, because there's only really 3 things to look at, when you have 2 things that are wrong and one thing, the cheek, that is right, in general it's better to move your face to the side where there's more things that are right, like the size of my eyes on this side and the shape of my nose, and maybe one thing that's wrong, which is, that my cheek is a little bit wider. I would suggest looking at yourself in the mirror and figuring out what your best side is, because if you're going to have a photographer shoot with you who can't determine it, and it's something that does take some effort to figure out, if you're a photographer and you don't know how to find people's best sides and the person already knows, then that's definitely going to be helpful to you. And if you're a client and you're going in to get some headshots done or something else and you already know what your best side is and you're absolutely sure, then you know that pretty much you're going to like most of your pictures as long as the photographer is able to kind of customize the lighting a little bit to you. So hopefully you find this video helpful. If you have any questions or comments, or especially negative feedback, I love negative feedback, please leave it in the comments below. I'll try to respond as long as there's not too many comments. Once it gets like a ton, then I can't. But also, definitely click the like button and click the subscribe button, okay? Please do that. I would love to see you in my next video, and hopefully we can continue to make our lives more and more fantastic, figure out what our life purpose is, and move our lives to the next level. It's me, Martin Benson, signing out, and I want you to live with purpose.